Happy Mask Monday, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. I already have my mask on, and it's been on for a while because it does take a really long... Where's my mask? It does take a very long time to dry, so I already put it on and I'm letting it dry, and it's like there's still like a very wet places. But I am using the GlamGlow Youthmud glow stimulating treatment, and I love this stuff. I don't use it often. I use it maybe once a month. And this is what it looks like. It's got these little bits and bobs in there, and I don't know if that's like ash or if it's like, because it's charcoal. It's like a charcoal mask. I've never actually sat down and read the ingredients in it, which is something you should probably do, right? I just know that when I take this mask off, my skin feels amazing. It does burn. Not terribly. It's not uncomfortable, but there's definitely very strong tingling sensation going on. So if you have sensitive skin, I would definitely do a patch test to see if you can actually stand it. But yes, I freaking love this. I bought this, and then I bought another one from the BoxyCharm drop shop. And I mean, I've used it a couple of times, and there's still a lot in there. So I'm hoping that it does last me, because I said I only use it once a month. So I hope everyone, I hope everyone had a good weekend. And I hope that your husbands, your fathers, if you spent time with your husbands, your fathers, your brothers, whatever, that they had a really great Father's Day. I don't like to celebrate Father's Day very much because my dad isn't here, and it's still pretty new. You know, it's been 2 years. This is my second Father's Day without my dad. And so I don't really like to think about it too much. But on the other hand, I want to celebrate Anthony, because while he's not Bailey's biological father, he's the one that's basically raised her. So I did have to work last night. Of course I did. I really wanted to take the night off. I really wanted to schedule the night off. But when my work partner was still working with me, he's a dad. So I don't want to schedule the night off and then him have to work on Father's Day. But he was there last night. He works out in the distribution center now. He got a new job. But he was there last night, which he shouldn't have been. But I'm working by myself right now, so I can't take any days off. I wanted to take my dad's birthday off. I wanted to take Father's Day off. The day that my dad passed away, not to be a Debbie Downer, but the day that my dad passed away was July 2nd. And that is a Thursday or a Friday. So I'm not working that day. So I'm really happy that I'm not working that day. But anyway, Bailey, my daughter, went with Anthony. There's a pizza place in Dayton, Ohio, and it's called Marion's Pizza. If you're from around that area, you know that it's freaking amazing. They have a few different locations, but it is family owned. And so Anthony's sister, who lives in Kentucky, she came up and they all met there. It's kind of like a central place between Kentucky and us. It's kind of like, it's not really a on the way place, but it's about the same amount each way, like for Anthony to go there and for his sister to go there. So Anthony picked Bailey up at her apartment, and she went with them, and they celebrated Father's Day, she and Anthony, plus Anthony's dad, who I adore. I adore his dad. His dad is a really amazing guy. And so they had a great time, and Bailey got him a card and a couple of shirts, and he really enjoyed the day. So I'm really glad. I'm really glad that he enjoyed the day and that she was able to spend time with him. And, you know, he offered to take her to her dad's house so that she could see her dad, and she opted to not do that. And I don't know how I feel about that, guys. Like, without putting it all out there, because it's nobody's business, but it's kind of like he kind of did that to himself. You know what I'm saying? I still kind of feel bad, though, that she didn't, but she made that choice. She has tried for many years to have a good relationship with him, and he is not receptive to that. Anthony is receptive to that, and Anthony has raised her. And so, yeah, I love their little relationship. It wasn't always that great. She did not appreciate Anthony for a really long time. Anthony and I got together when she was 6, and now she's almost 21. And they did not have the best relationship, and it wasn't that she didn't want him to take her dad's place. She just didn't like him. She didn't like that he was taking my attention away from her, I think it was. It wasn't until she got older that she realized everything that he does for us, or does for us, the sacrifices that he has made for us. And she realized that he is an amazing dad, an amazing guy. They kind of got pushed into a relationship in 2013. So she was 12. I was sent to Louisiana to train a class for 5 weeks with my job. 5 weeks. 5 weeks I left my daughter and my partner. And that was difficult. But I think that we needed that. Like, I think our family needed that. Anthony and I, there was some tension going on in our relationship, and neither of us could really pinpoint what it was. But there was definitely tension, and we would just snip at each other, and it wasn't healthy. In my Q&A video, when I did question answers, I said that it has not always been amazing. That, you know, we have worked really hard as a team to get to where we are. And I don't know, we just weren't getting along. And so I left for 5 weeks, and it forced them to interact as a father-daughter unit. And they made it. Like, they made it. They made it through the 5 weeks. He and I talked every night on the phone. And she and I talked every night via Skype. And she did not like that I was going. Like, she really had kind of a meltdown that I was leaving for that long. But yeah, he and I talked every night before I went to bed. And when I got home, he picked me up at the airport. And there was just a change there. And I don't know what it was, but there was a definite change. Like a respect that maybe wasn't there for both of us. I missed him terribly, and he says that he missed me terribly. And so there was just like this shift in our relationship that was just, I don't know, it was light. It was light. It was light, and it was loving. I mean, I loved him before, and he loved me, but this was like totally different. When I came back, it was just different. And we understood, I think, I know for me personally, I can't speak for him, but I appreciated him more. First of all, he took care of my daughter for 5 weeks. She had the option of going to her dad's or staying at my mom's, and she chose to stay here in her home. And I'm really glad she did, because that really solidified their father-daughter relationship. And since then, they had a better relationship. And then he and I had a much better relationship. And, you know, honestly, since 2013, we have had arguments I wouldn't call them arguments. We have had definite discussions, but we figured out that you have to communicate. You have to communicate with each other. You have to tell that person if you're unhappy with something that they did. They're not psychic. You have to tell them. We didn't have good communication before that, and I would just be pissed off. Pissed off at something he did, something little. I would just be pissed off. And I would just be a bitch, basically. Not very nice to be around. And, you know, he would be mad at me for whatever. Just, you know, something little. But, you know, you hold it in and it festers. And then you just lash out for no reason at all. And it becomes this big thing. When if you just would have communicated in the first place, it wouldn't have been like that. I feel like a Dr. Phil. I didn't have anything to really talk about today. But I wanted to talk about Father's Day, and it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of kept going, but a little bit let you into a little bit of my relationship with my partner. It's just very healthy. There's so much mutual respect, and it's very healthy. And I did not know what healthy was. And, you know, I've said before, there wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. The first 5 years were a little bit tumultuous. Like, I mean, it wasn't, we didn't get into, you know, knock down, drag out arguments or whatever, but there was snipping back and forth. I think there's been a lot that happened in our relationship, like the trip where I was gone for, you know, 5 weeks. Me being an independent person, him being an independent person. We don't have to be together all the time. He has his area of the house and I have my area of the house. And we will come together and we will have a conversation. And then he'll go back down to his man cave and I'll either come up here or I'll be in the living room and I'll read or be watching YouTube or whatever. We have things that we do together. There are certain YouTube shows that we watch together. That Chapter, which is true crime, true crime's more my thing than his, but he does enjoy Mike. His name's Mike on That Chapter. And they're like, he sends, so all week long, he'll send me TikToks. So at the end of the week, we sit down and we watch the TikToks that he sent me, which is so silly, but it's just time together. And I think that's part of the reason why we go out to dinner a couple of nights during the weekends. It's just that being together and hanging out because we don't see each other through the week. And maybe that's why we have such a great relationship, because we're really not together through the week. But I do miss him, and he misses me. He tells me he misses me. So I don't know. This did not turn out at all like I was planning, which I really didn't have anything planned. But I don't know. People think Anthony and I are disgusting just because there's no drama. There's no drama. I hate drama. And there's no drama. It's what you see is what you get. All right, you guys. I bet you guys are sick of me talking. Hold on just a second. I'm going to take this off and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I am back. Oh my gosh, my face feels so good. So good. I tried to look and see if the ingredients were on here, and they are not. And I wish they were. If I can find them online, I will put them down here. I just love this mask so much. I just feel like my face is so clean and it is bright. Now, a couple things about this mask. Like I've said before, it burns. It does burn. Once it's dry, you know how you do that. And you try, like when you have a peel off mask, don't do that. It hurts. It's like cement on your face. So what I recommend, God, my face is so soft. What I recommend is taking a warm washcloth, very wet, and laying it on your face and moisten that cement up, and then very gently wipe and then put it back under. Just keep doing that until you get it all off, because I don't recommend just taking a washcloth and just start wiping it, because you could damage your skin. I just recommend it. I am going to put, if I can find a link that I can use, I will put a link in the description box below on how to buy this. It is pricey. I did get mine from the Mega Drop Shop. So if you get BoxyCharm and you can shop the Drop Shop or Mega Drop Shop, that's the best way to pick it up. I think it's 20 bucks if you do it that way. I mean, it's still pricey, but it's worth every freaking penny, unless you have sensitive skin. So while I'm sitting here ending this video, I'm going to put on, so I'm getting ready to go to bed, so I'm going to do my nighttime skincare, even though it's daytime. And I'm going to use Equilibria Face Mist Toner. This is by Neo Bay. And then while this is still wet, I use my Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum. Just a couple of pumps. It's very thin. All of this I got from, I think I got this from my Busy Beauty box. I got this in my Luxley box. And then I'm going to put on my, I'm going to put on my Dr. Brandt. This is an eye cream. I just put a little bit. And yes, I do put it on the lids of my eyes and my brow bone. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. I really like this for it's a little bit thicker, so I do like this for a nighttime moisturizer. I don't use a lot of it, just about that much. If you use the GlamGlow, make sure that you get it all off, because otherwise your face will feel sandy. And then I just got this in my Busy Beauty box, this Laneige lip mask. And I'm going to take my little spatula. I'm going to dip in there just a little bit and get about that much. Put it between my fingers and warm it up. Yes. And now I'm all ready for bed. I'm going to edit this video first, and then I'm going to go to bed. And if you've made it this far, drop a heart in the comments below. Just, out of my own curiosity. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great week, and we'll see you later.